Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fifth series now, episode of Seattle Baseline Podcast. My name is Julian Smith, and Alex Hong is back with me. Alex, how have you been?
Hey Julian, I've been pretty good. I had a pretty good last weekend. I just went on a camping trip to Mount St. Helens actually for it was 2.5 days basically. And yeah, it was a lot of hiking. It was pretty tiring. Um, there was actually one pretty interesting part where there was like a cliff basically where it was here and here we had to get across, but there was no bridge. So we actually had to use one of the ropes there and then go down the cliff and then go back up the cliff. So I thought that was pretty challenging, but overall
Really?
pretty good experience. Yeah.
You have to go like across. So was there? You said there's no bridge, so you have to like glide across, basically.
No, you just take a rope and go down to the bottom of it, which wasn't that high of a cliff, but you just had to go to the bottom, then walk this side, then go back up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And then you get on another rope, and then you get back up.
Yeah, then you get on another rope and go back up.
Okay,
Wasn't too hard though, but it was cool. How
cool.
about you? How was your weekend?
I cut my hair. Feels
Oh,
so
yeah, I
much
see that
nicer.
actually. Hey,
Yeah.
looks pretty good cut over there.
Thank you. So I went out to the golf course and I it's just so nice to feel the breeze because my hair was coming all the way down to like right here. And everybody who's had their hair this long knows it's so hot during the summer. Like it sucks so bad. What the heck is going on? And
Yeah.
so I cut my hair. It feels so much nicer. I think I look so much nicer. And
Yeah.
now here I am. Especially now we're feeling good because we've come off of a 6-4 road trip too. That we beat the Rangers. How do you feel?
Yeah, I honestly feel pretty good. We got the series win, which honestly is basically all I'm asking for. If we can win, like, if let's say we just win every single series, we're definitely going to make the playoffs, right? So winning a series is key. Um, Overall, let's talk about the good because there were good and some bad. The pitching did really good this game. Overall, in general, there might have been a few exceptions for certain players, but overall, the pitching was amazing. Let's start with the starters. Logan Gilbert, the first game, he struggled a bit. We'll get back to the first game in later when we talk about the bullpen. But with the other two starters, Brian Wu, amazing game. Can't say much about him. And then Luis Castillo, same thing. What did you think about them?
Yeah. So Brian Wu gives up 0 earned runs. I do think that it is partly his fault that the 2 runs came, even though the the 2 runs that Brian Wu gives up, they're not earned runs, but one of them is a JP Crawford error that lets lets him get to first base. And then here comes Corey Seager, who just smashes a home run. And this home run was smashed. There's no question about whether it was a home run or not. Like it's just as soon as he hit it, gone. Like insane.
Yeah.
But Brian Wu's pitch to Corey Seager there wasn't good. And I think Brian Wu looks at the pitch that he gives and goes, okay, we're out of the inning. He sees the ground ball to JP Crawford. We're out of the inning. Let's get out of here. And Brian Wu and Cal Raleigh have to come back, and they're like, mm, I didn't think I would have to pitch this long, but here I am back here. It it's a sucky feeling. You feel like you beat the guy. You have to come back out, but Brian Wu has to finish the inning strong, even if JP Crawford makes that error. And especially on a guy like Corey Seager, you just can't give up that type of pitch.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. There wasn't too much he could have done at that moment, but he still gave up the home run. So it's kind of weird how they don't attribute like the earned runs in that regard because he still did give up the home run. But yeah, I mean, another factor I did enjoy was the bullpen. Like even with like the runs given up, the bullpen like locked down in this game. For the most part, like first game, Logan Gilbert gives up 5 runs in 5 innings. Obviously, that's not great, but the bullpen saved us that game. They locked down and made sure that we were going to win that game. So yeah, that part of the pitching was pretty good.
Yeah. Despite Andres Munoz not being at its finest, uh, Matt Brash continues to have a 0 ERA. Edward Bizardo starting to show signs of being a legit back end reliever. And Trent Thornton, oh my gosh, he goes out there tonight or I guess it was today, and crushes the Texas Rangers lineup. He goes in there for a 6 out save. It was insane. Trent Thornton is the GOAT. To tonight, like Trent Thornton, nothing bad to say about him.
Yeah,
And
and we
I
really
think,
needed it
yeah,
because the bullpen was really gassed after having extra innings in all three games, which is definitely very stressful. I mean, all Mariners fans probably had their blood pressures going on watching those games. I mean, one other thing we could talk about is the hitting. I mean, what are your thoughts on how the offense did? Because one of the keys we talked about was the offense needed to get it going before in the pregame. So, what did you think?
yeah. My my thing is the Mariners need to be good even if Cal Raleigh's not playing at his best. And I don't think that Cal Raleigh played his best this week. The Mariners need to score more runs when Cal Raleigh's not playing his best. It's really simple. Julio Rodriguez hits a bunch of singles, but doesn't hit for extra bases. And Julio Rodriguez is somebody that has the power and the speed to go and hit those extra bases. So I need someone like Julio Rodriguez whenever he's at the plate to start slugging the ball. He's pulling the ball a lot more. So he's showing a lot of these signs of slugging. It's just when he's just getting singles, the only way to get to scoring position from there is to steal. And it doesn't seem like the base pass is really Julio's strong suit. He's been picked off quite a few times at first base, and his stealing hasn't been that great, even though his speed is there. And so I need Julio Rodriguez to lift the ball in the air and get more doubles. That's the big thing with Julio. Cal Raleigh, he's just gonna have one of these like weeks of basically silence. He's not gonna hit a home run every single day. That's just not possible. And so I think this week was a good example of Cal Raleigh's not playing good. How are we going to continue to win? And for for the Texas Rangers series, the pitching held it down. Luis Castillo, um, Brian Wu, he he did great, but the Mariners offense didn't do enough. And Logan Gilbert's game, the offense did pretty good. So I think overall, the bullpen helped. The starters, other than Logan Gilbert, were really solid, but the offense, especially when Cal's not playing well, needs to play good. And that's something that, other than the extra innings runs that we scored, we didn't really beat them out of the ballpark. And that's something we hopefully can fix down the road.
Yeah, considering most of the runs actually were scored in the extra innings in some of those games, that the offense, the final score gives it a little like better picture of how well the offense actually played. But I do agree with your statement that we need the Mariners to play together more as a team. We need like all parts of the team playing well, not just, oh, we have Cal Raleigh and that's it. That's all we need. He hits like two home runs in a game and we win. That's not really a sustainable path to victory. We need many other parts of the team. So like we said, this series it was primarily like I'd say the pitching for the most part. There were a few players here and there like Mitch Garver in the last game, Master Bruni in the first game who had amazing games, but obviously we need more players playing well in all the games in order to be more successful. So I think we should take that mentality and move on to the next upcoming series, right? Against the Kansas City Royals. Um, I'd say a few players we have to look out for because this team has some superstars, but overall, I don't think it's actually that strong of a team, as we'll analyze in a bit. The first player, most people probably know, Bobby Wood Jr. He is very good. Last year he was second in the MVP race. This season he's not having as good of a year, but I'm gonna read some stats. Right now, he's averaging 285. His on base is 339, and he's slugging 491. So his OPS is 830. So obviously a very good season. And another thing about Bobby Witt Jr. is that he is doing good in the extra bases department, which is in the slugging. He's actually leading the league in doubles with 28 so far this season, which is actually really, really good. The other player I would worry about on offense in particular is Maikel Garcia. His stats are he's averaging 311, on base of 370, slugging 485 with an OPS of 855. So he's more getting on base than Bobby Witt Jr., but he still has a decent amount of slugging, not as much as Bobby Witt Jr., but yeah. So these two are big players we need to look out for on offense. So do you have any other thoughts?
Yeah, for the offense, you just pointed out Michael Garcia and Bobby Witt Jr. These two back to back are big threats because Bobby Witt Jr. is the number one in the league for doubles. If Bobby Witt Jr. hits a double, he's on second base. And then Michael Garcia goes and slaps a single, then Bobby Witt Jr. is going to score. That's something that the Mariners pitching needs to make sure doesn't happen because that's basically the Kansas City Royals pattern to successful offense. The Royals bit aren't very good offensively this season. They've been more of a pitching team. Three of their four starters that we face are have a 2 point something ERA. They are all below 3. And the only pitcher that's doing not under 3 ERA is Michael Lorenzen, who's usually one of their better pitchers. This year he's not been too great, but at any point Michael Lorenzen can come out and be Michael Lorenzen again. So that's somebody that we need to watch out for. Basically, we need to watch out for every pitcher because every single one of these pitchers can shut us out. Basically, another example of 2024 Mariners. It's 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 like this. It's like we're facing the same team as the Texas Rangers all over again for another 4 games. Except these pitchers have been playing even better than the Texas Rangers pitchers this season.
Yeah, and I was actually looking back at some of the Royals' other games they've played this season. They aren't actually scoring that many runs. Some of the series they're only scoring like one or zero, like 0 runs, 1 run, or 2 runs in each of the games, and usually they end up losing those games. So if we can lock down with our pitching, who has been playing, who did even play well in the last series, so maybe they'll play. Hopefully, they will play just as well in the upcoming series. But if our offense can, we don't need to score that many runs. But if we score like a decent amount of runs, we're in luck probably to win a high chance of winning these games because their offense is not really a threat. And even with then, that even if we are against good pitching, good teams in the MLB, or especially great teams, will score no matter who the pitchers are. So if the Mariners want to prove they are a great team or want to be a playoff contending team, they need to be able to score runs, no matter who's actually pitching. Like that shouldn't be an excuse. Oh, they have amazing pitching. Let's just take the back seat here. No, we can't have that happen. We need to be able to score runs, and we don't even need to score that many runs, but we need to be able to produce runs in order to win this series. Because I don't expect those Kansas City Royals to be scoring too many runs, so it's not even that big of a threat or pressure on our offense to score.
Yeah, I totally agree. We score runs, we lock them down. We lock down Bobby Witt Jr. and Michael Garcia, and then we score at least 3 or 4 runs. I think we're pretty locked to winning the game. And as I said before, this offense for the Kansas City Royals, they're not very good. Their their only real way of scoring is a Bobby Witt Jr. double to a Michael Garcia single or a double. That's their route to winning. And as long as we can lock that down, the Mariners have a pretty good chance. Thank you everyone for watching. Check out Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our beautiful faces on YouTube. Thank you everyone for watching. Go Mariners.
Go Mariners.